How's it going, guys? My name's Chris Harris and I'm from Relentless Outdoor Adventures. I recently just got into bonsai trees. Just kind of a newfound hobby for me. I've always thought they were pretty cool, pretty interesting and intriguing. So I have a bunch of seedlings starting right now that I got through one of the Amazon kits online for a Christmas gift, and that's kind of what started it. And then I just kind of started buying nursery trees offline that were already, anywhere between 5 and 11 years old. Just for instant gratification. Obviously, I was excited to start from seeds, but I wanted something now to look at and to play with and to kind of learn on something that I wasn't as attached to because it was, shipped to me and grown by somebody else on an industrial commercial level. So yeah, and today this is pretty much my first video. I've been wanting to do YouTube videos on my progress since I started about a month ago with all these different trees I've ordered, maybe 2 months ago, and the seeds that I've germinated. But I just decided today that my first bonsai that I bought from a nursery was a golden Gate Ficus. And like I said, I'm new to this hobby, so there's probably a different name for it, but that's what Amazon said when I ordered it, a golden Gate Ficus. And I'll show you guys that today. Here we go. Let's see. Excuse the mess. So this is the golden Gate Ficus. Excuse my dog in the background. He likes to watch TV, so he's going to be running back and forth chasing the characters. So anyways, this is my golden Gate Ficus, and I just really don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. It's got that typical S-curve trunk, and the leaves are all in like one place, and I kind of don't like that. Obviously, it doesn't seem like much wiring had been done. So I'm thinking today I'm gonna completely defoliate it. Excuse me, I can't talk because it's just so hard to see what the structure is underneath these leaves. I really can't see what's going on. I know it's just a big mess of branches up here and nothing lower. So I've done some research. I got this thing like 2 months ago and it's already growing a bunch of new leaves. It's really healthy at least. The soil's pretty good, fast draining, dries out pretty quickly, so I'm happy with that. I know that's not at risk for root rot or anything. And I struggled at first kind of trying to figure out where I wanted the front of the tree to be, just because this lower branch, but I don't even know if I'll keep that because at this angle it's going away from you and on this side it's coming toward me. But honestly, the top has no good front right now, the curve. I don't know. I'm just gonna, I think, like I said, defoliate it, cut back all the leaves and just see what the heck's going on under here, and decide if I even want to keep this tree or if I want to go completely crazy and clip it down here and just restart the whole tree from the get-go, which I know that's risky, but I think this tree's healthy enough and I've done enough research that we can probably go that route. It's January 11th here right now, and I live in Washington State, so it's extremely cold outside. I think it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so I'm obviously growing these plants indoors, and I'll show you kind of I'll show you my setup right now. Excuse the house. So right now I have a couple different ones. This was another one I bought, which was a little Juniper, which I'm not extremely happy with either. Obviously you buy these things, they don't do much with them except for grow them and then do maybe one little trim to make them look even and then ship them out. And then I have this one, which I forget what it's called, like a Jaboticaba or something. It's a Brazilian tree that grows berries on the trunk, and I just thought it was really interesting. And I actually really like this tree. It's got some aerial roots down here. And I just think it has some cool character. I already trimmed this one to look like it has a couple pads, but it hasn't been the healthiest. This is the one tree I ordered that has been shedding a lot of leaves since I got it. I imagine most of it has to do with how cold it was. I was a rookie and impatient, and I ordered all these trees during winter, and I don't know where they came from really, but coming to Washington State they probably experienced a lot of, between 3 to 8 dark, potentially below freezing days. So I think that really shocked this tree. If I shake it, you can see a couple leaves fall off. It's, I think, been under light now and warmer temperatures for almost a week, and it's still kind of shedding leaves. But I scratched a little bit off the trunks, and there's still a lot of green under there. There's even green up here, so I really am hoping that once it gets used to this climate, it's going to kind of bounce back. And I'm pretty much an amateur, so any of you guys out there that has experience knows any way I can kind of help this tree start. I haven't seen any new growth since I started, and it arrived with a lot of like little brown tips on it, and even some like white mildew on the trunk, so that was kind of scary. But anyways, we're trying, we're hoping, because that's honestly moved up to one of my favorite trees. Just beautiful. And then obviously the ficus that we're working on today, and then I got this Chinese elm the other day, which was my most expensive one. This one was like $125, and I don't know why. I expected it to be a lot older. They said it was an 11-year tree. I don't see it. The trunk's not very thick. It arrived with very little leaves like this. It is winter time, and it arrived with a note stating no leaves in the winter, so I don't know if they're just trying to cover something up, or I mean, it looks healthy to me. It's got some new growth on it. You can see the lighter color in there. I don't know. I think just being patient with this tree and letting it adapt, and watering it, and after it adapts a little bit, giving it some good fertilizer. And so I'm hopeful for this tree too. And like I said, I'm very new to the hobby. Just kind of being patient. And then here's some of my seedlings. I got the Royal Pintiana, which is about, they were planted on December 18th, so it's only been 1 month really, which is crazy because they're growing so well. So that's the fire tree, I think. I did accidentally rip these parts in half because I was trying to help the seed come off like an amateur, because the seed was stuck on when it was trying to sprout. So it doesn't seem to have affected the growth much though. And then we have the Rocky Mountain Pine, which are growing nicely. The third one just sprouting out of the seed. So here's the blue jacarandas. They're growing quite nicely. All 4 of them that I planted sprouted. I realized after planting them that I planted them a little close together with these little sacks they come in. So I'm not really sure when I'm supposed to try to separate these safely. I'm gonna let them just grow for a while. And then a Norway spruce, which did not grow unless that one in the back right there is a Norway spruce. I'm not really sure. There was an accident where these got knocked over, and I just put them back in, so I'm hoping that's what that is. And then that one right there is a blue jacaranda that only sprouted on one side rather than 2, and it was crowded in there, so I just removed it and put it in there. I'm not sure if it'll survive or not. I'm not too worried if it does or doesn't. But other than that, wrong way. Yeah, these sprouts are growing wonderfully. Then I just have some random coleuses and bamboo just sitting around here soaking up some light. But when I move all these lights, I think I'm going to record myself defoliating this tree, and we're going to see what kind of disaster it looks like underneath it. And if I hurt this tree, I feel really bad, but it's my first time, and I'm going to blame it on being a rookie. I really think, I know ficuses are really hardy and tolerant, and I know that this tree is very healthy. You can see all the new little growth, right? See those little sprouts, and the lighter colored leaves are pretty new. The small ones, it's definitely growing pretty healthy, and I'll try to leave the small buds and stuff on, I think, just so it gives some more growth to it quickly. So we'll be right back and we'll start. Alright, so we're just going to start clipping away here. I know these ficus trees produce a sap when you trim, so I'll be expecting that. And like I said, I'm really going to try to leave the newest tiny growth. And I watched a couple videos. Probably should have done more research, but I saw people cutting right under the beginning of the stem off the leaf, not right flush with the trunk, to leave a little bit of stem. I don't know if that's for dieback or if new leaves will just keep growing from that. I guess this is experimental, and we will find out. So, like I said, as of now, I'm just cutting. And we'll pray this little guy bounces back quickly, and I'll fast forward through most of this. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and if any of you guys are new to these adventures too and want to learn and run along with me, I'd be happy to watch your channels too. Leave some comments with your channels and it's good to bounce ideas off each other, or if you're a veteran that just stumbles across my channel and wants to get some amusement, feel free to please leave a comment with some advice, because I'm very receptive and I like criticism, positive criticism, because I want to learn and I want to be good to these trees. I want to do what's good for them, not just because I don't think it looks good. So yeah, this kind of hurts. I can't believe it. I'm clipping this tree like this, but here we go. I know the very light colored ones are new growth, so I'm trying to leave those if they're small. Maybe the really big light colored ones, which is crazy. They grew so fast. I might take those down. I really just want to get an idea of what the structure of the tree looks like, so we can figure out what the hell they did here and how we want to shape it. And I feel a little guilty, but I think this will encourage a lot of new growth. And I just watered it about an hour before I started recording with some good fertilizer. So I'm hoping that as it just got pretty heavily fertilized, that'll help encourage the new growth as well. Alright, so there's the carnage. Defoliated the tree, which looks like this now. I left all the new growth little shoots on it, but pretty much removed all leaves. So now I can see why this thing is just a mess. I mean, there's branches growing everywhere. Obviously this looks like it's, oops, sorry, get out of focus here. Right there you can see where the new main branch wants to be, that big one, but then it just has multiple little branches. So I'm gonna go in here and kind of clean up double branches and you know, things like that. For an example, this one runs parallel with the tree, this one comes out and it looks like it could be wired to go back around, kind of like this one. So if I do decide to keep a lower level like that, I can probably get this branch to kind of stay out a little bit and match this one, which I think would look really good. So we'll get rid of this parallel with the trunk one. Just things like that. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is my first time, so we're going to kind of learn. Back here, this thicker one has this one right next to it closely that runs vertically, so I think like this can be trimmed out because that one looks a lot better. And then obviously just cleaning up this whole area to kind of get the main bean growing as more of the focus with growth instead of splitting so much. I just don't want it to grow back as bushy as it was last time, so we're really going to thin out some of these old shoots. And we're going to let it grow back, hopefully, and see if I like it and see if we can start wiring some things. And if I don't like it, like I said, attempt number 2, since I don't have any attachment with this tree yet, is we're going to cut it down probably here, because I want a slight bend about here, and just redo this entire tree as mine. So, yep. Alright, I'll get back to you. Alright guys, I got all the branches trimmed up. It's a lot. It's so much more thinned out now. So my envision was, I still see this Hudson, little growling. My border collie growling at me. I still see this as the front of the tree. I'm not really sure why, but I just like the way it flows, the trunk. So I kind of cut everything to go from right to left. All the branches that were sticking out this way or going down, I kind of cut off. This one kind of comes around, so it kind of is starting to go with that flow. Yeah, it starts on the right side, but it's bent. You can't really see these two branches. Not sure if I'll keep it like this or not, but for now I'll let them grow. Same with this backside one, just to strengthen up this branch in case I do keep it. This one I plan on getting some wire and kind of coming down here, doing some kind of, like I said, right to left flow with everything. This is flowing this way, this will be flowing this way. All these shoots that I left maybe can either be wired a little bit or are already naturally going to grow some stuff kind of flowing this way. So yeah, it's just the flow I see of this tree. You know, it comes up, it goes to the left, it comes to the right, It's got a main beam here. I'm not really sure where the leader is right now. I think it's this one. This one kind of stumped off, and I noticed some dry wood up top, so I think it kind of died. I want to say, I know it's hard to see, but I want to say potentially this back bigger one is the new leader, because this one's pretty much stooped. So anyways, once that grows a little more, I can figure out which way I want it to go now. I'm not as happy with the traditional S-curve. I don't know that I would go with this again. Like if I was building my own, this extreme, it just strikes me as commercial. But anyways, I think I did a pretty good job for my first time and not really any knowledge. I left a lot of these little new shoots, I think, that are still green that I cut the leaves off of. So I cut the leaves halfway in the middle, which I think you're supposed to do. So I'm going to throw it under some sunlight. Like I said, I just watered it and fertilized it a couple hours before I started working on it, so it's definitely got some food and water. And I'm just going to let it rest now, because I know how much stress I just put that tree under. I cut off a lot more than I probably wanted to, and I didn't have any rubber cement or anything to seal the wounds with, although these branches aren't that big. I don't think I cut anything that really needed sealed. But yeah, guys, so this is attempt 1, and stay tuned, and we'll find out together on attempt 1 whether or not this tree bounces back or starts dying on me. And we're going to do something extreme like a big trunk cut. Yeah, stay tuned. Wait for next week's video, and we'll see an update. And let me know what you think. If you think that side would be a better front in your opinion, experienced bonsaiers. This branch is growing away from us. These are all going to be going from left to right at this point. This one's kind of going out away from us. And you have an accent in the back that comes up. I don't like the side angles at all on this tree, because just the depth perception, that's just ugly. That maybe a side angle, but I'm thinking right now just either this way or the other way. And this is second option. And this is what I'm leaning towards, just because I feel like the flow is a little better. So anyways, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you want to get me started. I definitely plan on investing a lot of money on different bonsai trees, and like I said, I have all those starters over there, which I will be putting out weekly videos on growth and strategy and stuff like that, and my success and failures. Alright.